Travel has become such a monumental inspiration to my work because I've lived everywhere. And part of that keys me into how people live. What inspired me about being in New York, going to NYSID, was the Met and all of the access to the incredible culture and richness that you get here. I still love coming here. As a NYSID graduate, some of my fondest memories are the incredible relationships that I've forged. NYSID actually provided me with a good sense of what the real world was like. And it was just this incredible resource of relationships that I got to develop. Design is a language, and you need to learn that language. And so NYSID, I think, was a very strong fundamental in how I talk about design. The best place to go and source things is everywhere, actually. But another really great resource is the Shade Store. Let's go. First of all, thank you so much to the New York School of Interior Design for this incredible honor of the Rising Star Award, sponsored by the Shade Store. The message that I want to share with you all this evening is that your generous support is a direct contribution to the future leaders of the design industry, giving them the hope, the courage, and the confidence to succeed. And I, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I call my style Aristofreak. And I describe that by 3 words. It's eclectic, it's artful, and it's timeless. Aristofreak to me comes from this sense of tradition, but breaking the rules, really defining oneself and having a voice. I decided to go to the New York School of Interior Design because I wanted to learn the rules so that I could break them. Travel has really influenced my design because I have lived everywhere. I lived in Thailand, I lived in Mauritius, I lived in Dubai, and that is where I believe the eclecticism really comes from. When I ask a client where do they love to travel to, it gives me a great insight into the type of personality that they are by the way that they travel and where they travel to. So after I had graduated from the New York School of Interior Design, I worked for some really incredible firms for a few years and then started my own practice. What emotionally drew me to the West Coast was love. I felt like I would love the incredible lifestyle change, connecting with nature, and most importantly, the incredible architecture and interior design that exists out there. I love collaborating with my clients because it is very much a collaborative process when you're working. So it's very much about listening to them, helping them create a vision. Most importantly, it's a very intuitive feeling. So it's about reading their interiors and bringing it to life. So my process is really creating that mood, creating the vibe of how I want that space to feel, how that client lives their life. What's that story? Are we going industrial? Are we going kind of glamorous? Are we going a little traditional? Once you create the mood, we go into the materials. And then once you develop the materials, then we start playing with the colors and patterns and textures. And then it's about curation. There is a sense of elegance to restraint. And as I've gotten further into my career, I've realized that restraint is actually the key to really good design. My favorite project, I think, that really defines my Aristofreak style was a project that I did in West Hollywood for Alex Paul of the Chainsmokers. He really allowed me to have almost carte blanche in a way. He was a really interesting character because he worked in an art gallery in his early 20s before he became a rock star. And so he had a really educated sense of art. Throughout the years, many different owners had built and renovated the house, and so it was an interesting approach for us to take everything that was done and bring it up to date and decorate it for him in a way that was really befitting. We had a lot of English traditional wallpapers, and then also focusing on the art. It really mixed a lot of culture and textures and patterns, and so I think that particular project describes my style. I feel so honored and so proud to be part of an industry that is so supportive of everyone. And it's not a sense of competitiveness, but it's a sense of how can we make each other better and how can we be better and improve the lives of others. Design is for everyone. Design is about a way of thinking, and if you can change the way you think, you can also change the way that you live your life.